We would like to introduce the Pneutech Vixen 7.5, 11 and 15 kilowatt screw compressors, which feature variable speed control and permanent magnet stop-start capability. These three models deliver up to 40, 60 and 80 CFM respectively, making them ideal for automotive repair or smaller manufacturing shops. The Vixen screw compressor is unique in that it brings large operational savings, not found the same with other screw compressors. In fact, it will save you up to 60% in electricity costs, which can be thousands of dollars every year. Did you know that typically a standard screw compressor may only supply air for 25 to 30% of its running time? The rest of the time is costing you electricity and maintenance for nothing. The standard screw compressor tends to run continuously, even when you don't need the air volume. It closes the inlet valve, effectively free running, still using electricity, still clocking up maintenance and still wearing out. Conversely, however, the Pneutech Vixen is like the new modern motor car at the traffic lights. Put your foot on the brake and the engine stops to save fuel. This compressor does the exact same thing. When you no longer require compressed air, it slows down and switches off, after just a short period of rundown. Here's how it works. We are using compressed air and the compressor is running. We discontinue using air and the compressor slows down and then stops completely. We can show you just how the Vixen screw compressor saves power with variable speed control and a stop-start feature, and how the power consumption drops when the air requirement drops, saving you money every hour of operation. Most workshops or factories have a constantly changing compressed air requirement, and most compressors again cope with this simply by closing the inlet valve when the air volume isn't required, while continuing to run at full speed. However, this uses electricity and causes unnecessary wear and tear on the machine when it's not needed. The Vixen compressor has variable speed control, which means the compressor speeds up and slows down to exactly match your air demand, and so you only pay for what you need and no more. And you will notice just how quiet this amazing compressor is. And as it slows down to match your air requirement, it only gets quieter and quieter. Here is how it works. I have an air drawer operating. The compressor is running at around 25% speed. I add a spray gun and the compressor speeds up to match the increased demand. I now add a blowgun and it speeds up again, probably at around 50% speed now. Now back to only a drill and it slows down again. The unit constantly adjusts to only match what you require, so you only pay for what you need. Now to see the effect it has on the electricity consumption. Notice the needle climbing as the speed increases, but reducing as it slows down to meet a smaller air demand. That is the effect it will have on your electricity account. The Vixen features a controller that can be remote mounted, away from the compressor, that it can be controlled from your office or switched off at your convenience without needing to go back to the compressor. Here's how it works. Simply disconnect the clip and the controller pops out for remote mounting, connected by a simple data cable. With an additional cable, it can be located up to 100 meters away from the machine. It also has a timer and gives you readings for when maintenance is coming up or due, as well as displaying temperature, pressure and voltage, etc. And if you haven't quite got enough power to run the Vixen's full capacity, then you can even dial down the top end capacity of the compressor to what current is available and increase it at a later date when the power becomes available. The Vixen has an easy hinging cover. Under it we see a unique motor pump design where the motor shares the same shaft as the pump and has no bearings as such, meaning that there are no touching parts to wear out or bearings to replace. Also, the motor uses the compressor oil for cooling, which means it can work a lot harder than a standard AC motor and has a far higher duty cycle. You will notice that the Vixen compressor is very small and approximately half the volumetric size of a standard screw compressor. While it has a very compact compressor design, it also has a very small air receiver of only 100 liters. An air compressor's air receiver is sized to help the compressor operate more effectively, no other reason. The standard air compressor requires a large receiver, usually in the region of 270 to 500 liters, so that it doesn't constantly fluctuate between on-load and off-load running, or stop-start modes. However, the Vixen is designed to rev up and down and stop and start on demand, so a large receiver isn't required. The smaller receiver also means it reaches full pressure much faster. If you would like to find out more, get in touch with our team on 0800 555 018 or visit our website industrialair.co.nz.